Welcome back to page 121. Today we're going to take a look at another favorite book of mine for Traveler, 101 Robots. As you can see, my copy's pretty battered. I bought it this way. It's the only one I ever saw in the wild. Really good book. It did not see a bunch of distribution, at least around my area, which is South Suburban Chicago. I like this book a bunch. I was excited when I found it. I grabbed it up right away. So we're going to take a look at it. It was published in '86, and it's written for Traveler. It's a year before Mega Traveler would come out. And we're going to take a look at the contents and why this is kind of a holy grail for a lot of folks, myself included. I wouldn't mind a better conditioned copy, but I can't afford it. So there we are, 101 Robots for Traveler, today on page 121. All right, here we are, 101 Robots, complete with tear on the cover. This is published in 1986 by Game Designers Workshop, Digest Game Products, DGP. Digest Group Publications. I don't know why I call them that. Digest Group Publications. And it's written with the Book 8 robot rules. So it's kind of neat in that respect, because this is definitely old school Traveler. As you see, WFM or WRM, whoever that was, owned this before me. I bought it thinking it was new, but a little battered. So the robots, it gives a breakdown of robots in society, how they're dealt with in Traveler, new skills, performer, musical, cinematography, agriculture, etc. So these are skills the actual robots can have. So there's quite a little list of them here. New sensors and devices. This was pretty exciting, actually. And I have to confess, I took a lot of stuff from this book and rolled it into my Gamma World campaign. So this book saw a lot of use on my table for Gamma World. So here we are with the dumb bots. These are your bartender robot, animal care robot, assembler robot, your janitor robot. It's basically just the robots that don't have to perform a lot of mental gymnastics in the performance of their duties. Then we take a look at undersea harvester robot, cargo handler. Cargo handler is especially important to a Traveler because, we handle cargo. Come over to some more now. Servant valet robot for a Kukri is pretty interesting. This is one that really caught my eye when I first read through this book. I love the Kukri. I love their use in Traveler. And I thought the idea of having an actual bot built just for the Kukri was kind of neat. And then we finish up, there's a pet robot. These were getting real popular in the 80s, but the tech really wasn't up to the application. And now we get to utility robots. The road bot to build a road for ground cars. The desk bot. These are just kind of neat. You would encounter these at a starport, for instance. Construction robot you would see definitely in the starport on the outside working. A lab technician robot. Secretary robot. This one always puts me in mind of Iron Man. The little robot he's got. I was spraying him with the fire extinguisher. You got, again, a bartender robot. This one a little more humanoid. A general work robot. And then we come to assistant robots. This is kind of neat because this is your opportunity to kind of anthropomorphize your robots, if you are human, and take them in as your actual professional assistant. So a little different than just having a standard robot wandering around. I think this book, having been published in '86, I think there's a lot of Star Wars influence on it. This one especially always reminded me of C-3PO. This guy arguably is R2-D2. There's your taxi robot for Johnny Cab. And then undersea miner robot, vacuum station repair robot, planetary rescue master robot. We actually did a campaign where they had to deal with the planetary rescue master robots. There was an avalanche, and they were trying to dig survivors out from a chalet that had gotten partially buried. And they had some planetary rescue robots that they had to kind of command and use properly. Survey probe, if you're in the scouts, you're definitely used to those. There's my friend. It's got to be WRM. Here he is again. Boxer robot. I'm assuming this is Rock'em Sock'em Robot and not a robot punching a human or anything made of flesh. Kind of an interesting idea. Yeah, we watch BattleBots, so I guess this might catch on. There's your cargo handler master robot, camera operator bot, and the expert chef robot. But cooking, so much of cooking is the heart and the love. How could a robot match that? Okay, you've got a courier robot, weather control robot. This one's kind of interesting because you can actually have it malfunction, have some of the weather on the planet revert to nature, and now you've got a little bit of a problem in the area that the weather's gone a little cattywampus in. And here are these, especially remind me of R2-D2. That's a Tukara Trader W3 robot. Robot's identical to the W2. You got your translator robot, looking a little like C-3PO there. This guy is as well. And artisan robot, a shuttle pilot. I don't think our current tech is quite up to robots driving our cars, but we'll see how it is in the future. And then law enforcement and security robots. We're actually starting to see some of this pop up around the world. This is actually becoming a thing. So Super Guard robot. And this is where I used these for Gamma World. They met up some robots in an ancient ruin that were still active and still performing their duties, and the player characters had to fight them. This artwork is perfect for Gamma World. Very excellent 80s artwork. I love this book. There's so many cool ideas in here. And then Warbots. We're getting down to Warbots. Again, another application for Gamma World, but also there's a first season Star Trek Next Gen episode where they're dealing with automated systems that have kind of taken over the planet and are there to eliminate anybody that comes on the planet. So this could be a similar situation. You've got a drone, you've got a battle medbot, Hiver Bruiser robot. Yeah, use the robot to do a little violence for you. The Baby Bruiser, I like that name. And then the medical bots. This again looks very Star Wars to me, specifically the 80s Star Wars. And the automatic medical booth robot. I actually put one of these in, players had it in their ship. This actually was pretty cool because it was a way for player characters to heal up after getting injured. I just gave it that once you're in the medical bot, kind of like the Bacta fluid in Star Wars, you would just heal up faster and you get your hit points back faster. And then pseudo-biological robots. Here's your nanny bot. Sambeeks robot. Administrator robot for Aslan. I like that robot. I'm going to cover that one. And then here's the index of the robots, but the inside, we've got a Teklu robot. She sings and dances. Actually, she dances and plays music. Dancing and playing cards, sorry. And AB-101 from Traveler's Digest. Yes, he actually makes an appearance here. I thought this was kind of a neat tie into the other products. AB-101 is one of the creatures on the Grand Tour. He was built by Dr. Theodore Krenstein of the Rylander Institute of Technology in the Spinward Marches, and accompanies Dr. Krenstein as his companion / bodyguard. I thought it was kind of neat that he was included in here. And then we go to the back cover. So now from the authors of Book 8, Robots. So pretty sweet little book, very hard to find back in the day. As I said, this is the only copy I ever saw in the wild. This was done by, the designs were Gary L. Thomas, Robert Parker, Nancy Parker, and Joe D. Fugati Sr. And the illustrations were Joe D. Fugati Sr., Robert Parker, and Rob Caswell. So, and it does acknowledge that it's done with Book 8, Robots. So, pretty neat little book. Again, to whoever is holding all of the DGP intellectual properties, you have a fan base out here waiting. Oh, just noticed this. That's AB-101 from Traveler's Digest, shooting his little finger laser right there in the cover. Never even noticed that before. So that's it for today on page 121. Again, a plea goes out to whoever is holding the IP on these. There is a fan base out there. There's money to be had. Just come and take it. So that's it for today from page 121. I hope you liked what you saw. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.